Hi everyone, Namaste. My name is Amrit Rijal, and I'm working as guest editor for a special issue of the academic open access journal Amicus Curiae, entitled "Pushing the Boundaries of Intergenerational Activism in an Era of Polycrisis." This special issue is set for publication in autumn 2025. As a part of this, today I'm interviewing Mr. Susan Sapkota from Nepal. Hi, Susan. Could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Amrit, thank you so much. So, hi everybody, I am Susan Sapkota, a youth leader and activist from Nepal working at the intersection of human rights, youth empowerment, and environmental justice. I focus on breaking harm taboos, promoting children's and sexual and reproductive health and rights, and building intergenerational partnership to create inclusive, sustainable change. And I've also recently been titled as a Global Teen Leader 2025 from We Are Family Foundation, and I collaborate globally to amplify youth voices and drive transformative action.
So that was wonderful, and thank you so much for that warm introduction of yours. So without
Thank
further
you, Amrit.
ado, let's get into the now. So my first question for you in this interview would be, uh, what makes a successful intergenerational partnership, particularly when you think about multiple and intersecting forms of marginalization and discrimination that children and young people in the so-called global south can experience?
Thank you for the question, Amrit. For me, a successful intergenerational partnership is rooted in authentic relationships, trust, and shared accountability. It goes far beyond older people simply supporting young people. It's about co creating spaces where both generations can bring their lived experience, pain, hope, and ideas and shape solutions together. In the so-called global south, I think young people often face intersecting barriers, including gender inequality, caste-based discrimination, harmful cultural norms, and economic hardship. Many, especially girls, are silenced by taboos and excluded from discussions about their own lives. Meanwhile, adults hold valuable experience and social influence but may underestimate young people's leadership. When these relatives meet in a space of mutual respect, powerful things happen. I remember a session in Sinja on sexual and reproductive right health, where elders and youth came together. It was a session I led. When elders and young people came together in an open Q&A sessions, it was about menstruation and sexuality, which are deeply stigmatized in topic there. But through honest dialogue, they collaboratively questioned harmful myths and found practical, culturally sensitive solutions. This is what success looks like: true partnership, power shared, everyone seen and heard, and solidarity transforming barriers into bridges. It takes empathy and courage to challenge our biases, but it's worth it because no generation can do its work alone.
Yeah, great. So thank you for that critical reflection of yours. And I love the way you have your live experience regarding this topic and how you connected your example of Sinza working out there. So yeah, uh, thank you for all the work you have been doing around uh, child rights, activism, and in particular human rights. So my next question for you would be, what are your hopes for the future of intergenerational activism to protect and promote children's rights in the face of multiple and compounding crises?
So, in a world where crises like climate disaster, conflicts, pandemics, economic shocks are overlapping, the right of our children and young people are under constant threat. My hope is that intergenerational activism will keep growing as a movement rooted in shared leadership, empathy, and courage with compassion. I envision the future where adults see young people as equal partners in social change, not just the futures, but active architects of the present. Adults have networks, influence, and historical knowledge. Young people bring innovation, lived experience, and fearless determination. And as said, together they can build more resilient and just systems. My dream is for intergenerational model to become the norm, where youth voices shape decisions, discussions on policies, budgets, and accountability structures, not just in tokenistic way. I hope every child, no matter their identity, where they come from, where they belong, can see themselves as a right holders and change maker, supported by elders who believe in them. Intergenerational solidarity. something very important, is our greatest hope in these compounding crises because it weaves together wisdom from the past with possibilities from the future. And I really love this line. It was nurtured that with empathy and humility, we can protect and advise children's right even in the hardest times.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that was again a great answer from you, and again it was critical. The way you have analyzed and the way you want to connect how children, young people should be connected with adults out there. So that's actually a great example you are trying to set out, and I hope that really happens out there. That really works. Uh, so let's again jump to another question. So. This should be a last formal question from my side to you. So, uh, what lessons have you learned from young people and children that have changed your own view about what meaningful activism and human rights work should look like?
Yeah. Working alongside children and young people has profoundly changed me. I am what I am because of my experience working with children and young peoples in the rural part of Nepal and many more places in the world. And one of my biggest lessons is that meaningful activism is not about speaking for others, but creating space where they can speak and act for themselves. It's all about providing space, a safe space where everyone can talk and share. Young people are already powerful. They need an environment to realize their own agency. I have been humbled by the courage of young people who challenge injustice and imagine fairer system. Even when it feels impossible, this has shown me that meaningful activism must be rooted in hope. Uh, in Karnali, the province I come from, during our intergenerational dialogue on menstrual taboos and other programs, I saw girls and boys challenge harmful practice together, while elders showed openness to the change. Sometimes it's not the same, but mostly it's they're open to the change that do understand the people, the young people. That reminded me that activism must be collective and intergenerational to protect human dignity. And recently at the Just Peace Summit 2025 in Sweden, I met 19 other global teen leaders who work and stories of resilience and triumph inspired me deeply. They reminded me that young people everywhere holds the capacity to innovate, heal, and build peace. They taught me that empathy and solidarity must sit at the heart of human rights work. And most of all, young people have taught me to lead with my heart as much as with my mind, because real change grows from compassion, trust, and partnership. And that lesson will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, thank you so much again. And yeah, I got to know that you recently got to Just Be Summit, and congratulations for that. And
Thank you,
congrats
Amit.
again for all the wonderful work you have been doing around activism and advocacy. So your reports are truly inspiring. So, so that's all about the formal interview from my side. At the very end of this interview, would you like to say anything or would you like to share anything before we wrap up this interview?
Yeah, about activism and being child and representing them, representing a community. Something that always comes to my mind when sharing is like I see a lot of young minds, childs trying to do activism, trying to bring change. But I think there are a lot of things that limits them. They start looking for funding, big fundings. They start looking for big networks at the very beginning, and I think that might not be the actually right way to start it. Because I think when you're truly honest to your cause and truly determined to the change you want to bring, no matter what you have, even though you have some scarcities, limitedness, and all, you can start. And when you start, it actually grows. If you are, and like, let me highlight, if you are honest to your cause. And I suggest young people who want to bring change, just start, believe in yourself, believe in your cause, be true to yourself. And that's how we start, and that's how we bring change together. That's it.
Thank you so much, Susan, for your time and contribution. And it was short, indeed, a great interview, and it was great talking to you. And you are such an inspiring person, and you are such a great hope for our future generations. And thank you for all the efforts you have been putting around advocacy to change this world, to make this world a better place for all the children and young peoples out there. Thank you for all the work you have been doing. So let's keep in touch. Let's keep in talking. And yeah, and hope you do great works in coming days. Bye bye.
Yeah, just to add, I'm really thankful that you provided me this opportunity and recognition, Amrit. Thank you so much for that.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.